Flipping Wild, also known as the Rolling Explorer, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm taking you behind the scenes of day 3 of my London Fashion Week experience. This was the day that I was supposed to be walking in my second runway show. Unfortunately slash not so unfortunately, because of the Queen's passing, this show actually got postponed to the February run of London Fashion Week, which means your girl will once again be gracing the runway with her disabled strut, and she is so freaking pumped! If you guys want me to document my London Fashion Week experience in February, be sure to let me know down in the comments below or give this video a thumbs up. But coming back to September's run, today I'm going to show you guys what I got up to with all of this extra time I now had because there wasn't a runway show that I had to prepare for. And I'm going to show you how I got in to a show that I didn't have an official invite for. It's a wild ride, folks. Let's get into it.
So London Fashion Week has full-on destroyed my entire capable being. I'm so exhausted, but still a lot of shows to go, and we're gonna have a blast and push through because it's Fashion Week and that's what we do.
So in episode 2, you were audibly introduced to my PR manager and content production assistant, Mary. And basically, Mary is the woman behind the camera. Our first event didn't start until like 5 p.m. So we literally had the entire morning and early afternoon period to kind of just do whatever we wanted. And instead of resting or napping or watching TV or reading a book or doing anything involving any semblance of self-care, we decided to squeeze in as much work as we possibly could. Do I fully regret this? No, because we actually got a lot of important stuff done, including discussions on the production of the series you are currently watching. But our need for efficiency did nothing to help our levels of exhaustion, especially because my dog Oreo was not giving us any peace. Eventually, it was time to start getting ready for our one and only guaranteed event of the night. I was invited to the Fashion Scout China show, which was taking place in East London over kind of in the Shoreditch area in a really cool studio space. The journey there was quite easy. Luckily, none of the trains were canceled or delayed or anything like that, but it did take between 45 minutes and an hour to get there. So it was quite a time commitment. We only arrived with about 5 to 10 minutes to spare, so as soon as we got there, we got right in our seats and prepared to take in the show. I chose to sit in my wheelchair even though I could have gotten up and sat on the bench. They said it was no problem, and so I just rolled forward. At this point in the week, again, because my body was so exhausted, wearing that prosthetic and walking around on it was not my favorite thing to do, so it was really a relief to just get to roll up to the front row like that and just really enjoy the show. There were 3 designers that were featured in this show, and they were all really great, all up and coming. Fashion Scout is all about finding different designers and fashion brands from around the world and kind of giving them a space to show their stuff, which I thought was really, really cool. As someone who is also new to the fashion world, I love going to these up-and-coming designer shows as much as I love going to the ones that are more established and well-known, because to me, they all have something to offer, and as I'm new in my own journey, I love the idea of kind of growing in the space with these up-and-coming designers who are going to be well-known, who are going to make an impact in the fashion industry, and who are doing some really amazing things. But then on the other side of it, obviously, it's really cool to go to more well-known designer shows as well, which brings me to the exciting part of the video. Now, a lot of the events that I went to throughout Fashion Week were hosted by the PR agency, The Pop Group. So Mary and myself got to know a lot of the people that work for The Pop Group throughout the week. And because we had traveled so far, and because Mary is just this confident and ballsy woman, she asked if I could stay for the next event, which was the Pam Hogg show. If you don't know Pam Hogg, she's a very well-known designer in the fashion space and is really well known for her couture specifically. Meaning that this show was gonna be super artistic, and I was really excited by the idea of potentially going, and even more excited when the Pop Group actually said, yeah, that's fine. As if it was no big deal, as if it was casual, as if it was anything but super cool. Honestly, I think one of the only reasons they said yes is because I was in my wheelchair, so +1 for that. Very rarely does disability ever help you out in life, so anytime that it does, I'm gonna take that on board. But because I was just able to literally roll right up to the front row, I had my own seat, it goes with me everywhere I go, so they let me stay, they let me be there, and that was really great. Only unfortunate thing is that between the Fashion Scout China show and the Pam Hogg show, there was like an hour gap where Mary and I just stood around outside for a while. We networked, we filmed some content, we had a blast, chatted, all the good stuff, but I was freezing. I chose to wear a mini skirt and a tank top under a cactus leather coat. I have no idea why I chose to do this. It was a mistake, but we roll with the punches. That's what Fashion Week is, right? Right? And it was so worth it. The show was epic. The designs were really cool. At the beginning, it kind of started in more casual everyday wear, and then the really cool designs came out. I specifically love this one. This one is so cool. And the finale was incredible. It was this gorgeous black ensemble that had this train for days, and it had this like secondary model that was there to like organize the train behind the primary model wearing the big gown, right? And this secondary model like then broke off from the train at one point and did like an interpretive dance thing. I don't know, it was really cool, and again, very artistic, which is what I love to see. I love when fashion becomes a performance. I love it. After the show, Mary and I hung around for a bit and mingled with some people in the audience. One of my good friends, William, he's a photographer of mine. If you follow me on Instagram, you've definitely seen his incredible work. He was there taking photos of the different runway events that were being held in this studio runway space throughout the day. So it was really good to see a familiar face. And then of course, because it was day 3 of Fashion Week, at this point we'd already met several people that were attending a lot of the same events as us. So it wasn't so much about meeting new people as it was just having a good time with the people we'd already met earlier in the week. One of those amazing people is named Rod. Insert some pictures that Rod took for me here. Throughout the week, he took some of the best shots of me in my different outfits, and so it was always such a joy to see him at the events. He also introduced me to a lot of different people, which was really cool, and I don't know, he just was such a joy and a bright shining star to our entire London Fashion Week experience, so I thought he deserved his own little shout out right here. And classic us, we ended up being one of the last people out the door. But I just want to say before we leave this space entirely that this building was very accessible. Both shows I attended were on the ground floor, so that made it really, really easy to obviously navigate the space. And surprisingly, considering we were there for like 3-ish hours, I never needed to go to the toilet. So I can't comment on whether or not that was an accessible experience, but at least the floor plan for the event itself was. An accessible, nice venue. While we were on our way home, we were completely buzzing from the whole experience. We just had such a good time, and there was such a good energy in that room, and so we were just really on like cloud 9. And from seriously so far away, we were down the street, this person was like catty corner over here, like very much not in my direct line of sight, but I saw something fabulous, and when I see something fabulous, I pay attention. This guy was wearing a white suit with this fantastic flowing white cape, and I saw it billowing in the breeze from literally so far away. We literally flagged him down. Mary ran across the street and went and talked to him and was like, hey, can we talk to you? And so that's what we did. And to my very excited surprise, he was not alone. His friend came out of the co-op shop that was right behind us and was equally fabulously dressed. He was in black instead of white, but also had a cape on, and I knew that I had to get some content with these two. I was in love with their statement outfits. And at this point, I'm thinking that they're attending Fashion Week, right? No. We filmed our cute little strut video. We had a little chat with them, get to know them a bit. Their names were Kane and Ben, and they were so, so sweet. And we found out that they were going to a Met Gala themed party, which they then invited us to, which was really sweet of them. But because our next show was at 9 a.m. the next morning, we decided to pass. And this was just a fun final little anecdote to a really cool, really fun, kind of relaxing, kind of chaotic day. There is one more full day of London Fashion Week footage that I have to share with you guys, and I cannot wait to do so. So if you liked episode 3 of my London Fashion Week mini-series, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Also, let me know down in the comments below if you have any questions about my experience that I've not yet answered. I'll make sure to try to include everything in the finale, which is gonna be big, guys. It's gonna be big. So you don't wanna miss out, so be sure to also hit the subscription button as well as the notification bell so you know when that final video of this 4-part mini-series goes live. But thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. This has been the biggest nightmare of the whole fashion week.
You said it.
The next station is Monument. Change for